Hey folks, welcome to my channel, Royalty Tarot. I am Queen T, here to do a general read for the collective for the eclipse in Capricorn, which is happening today if you're in the northern hemisphere. If you're with us in the US of A, this is not limited to us, but I'm just honing in on the energies of people who need to hear a message. So it will not resonate 100% with everybody. Starting to do some upgrades on my channel, y'all. Yeah. I'm gonna try to post Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for you guys, okay? But again, keep in mind this is a general collective. It's like community therapy, as they say, just to see what energies are surrounding us for the eclipse, all right? We got two cards. We got the Four of Swords first up. We had the King of Swords, but it's spent around over there, so I'll read it in the reverse and upright position. I don't know if it's just me, but when I clean with bleach, I smell it for a while. Like if you use it as a disinfect, you can dilute it, you know, with a ratio. I think it's 10 to 1, 10 parts water, 1 part bleach. I don't know, but either way, I use it straight, and it's like I still smell it. So I don't know if it's my nose hairs or the fumes. I forgot if it's acid base or alkaline base as far as on the pH scales. You got the Wheel of Fortune. I hate to be talking about something that ain't got nothing to do with it, but I just smell bleach. That's what I meant to say. Thank you so much, Spirit. A collective energy. Thank you so much. Hanging Man. That's another major arcana. So far, we got two major arcana, which is not surprising to me. Did you want to come out? We're going to keep shuffling. Because eclipse things out of your life is major transitions. A lot of us are dealing with transitions as far as death, as far as home moving, and relationship status, and business opportunities, and health. There's a lot of things. Health, wealth, and prosperity. That's what my channel is based on, right? So there's a lot of things that we are going through in the next 3 to 6 months if it's not happening right now. 2 more cards, please. What's the energy surrounding us? What should we do for the collective? I feel like I should take action. The 10 of Cups. The 3 of Cups was the one that I put back in the deck, so I'm not surprised that the 10 came out. One more card, please. There we go. And the Lovers, Major Arcana. So we got 3 Major Arcana. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords, okay? Queen of Swords can, but not limited to, represent air signs: Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Keep in mind that it's just an energy, so you doesn't have to specifically be an air sign. It's just that, it usually equates to an air sign of Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. All right, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So you can have it in your chart anywhere. But it's just somebody who is decisive. And mind you, the King of Swords is out here too. Somebody who is decisive, someone who is detailed, pay attention to the facts, but more than so, based on their experiences prior to, events or experiences now, they use, they only use what serves them. So no matter how, indulgent it may be, tempting it may be, how good the deal may be, they always pay attention to the details and facts, and they equate that. So it's like the woman that, how they say, I've been around the block already, you can't pull the wool over my eyes, you can't piss on me and tell me it's raining. Those are the type of people that usually just, like I said, they cut things out that don't serve them. So with that being said, you have the 4 of Swords, the Major Arcana of the Hanging Man, the King of Swords, the 10 of Cups, the Major Arcana of the Wheel of Fortune, and the Major Arcana of the Lovers. Now the 4 of Swords looks like this is a card of getting rest or peace, right? A card of waiting so you can get all the information you need, or sometimes you just need that rest, the self-care, take care of yourself, or get things in order. Like I said, with that queen, she pays attention to the details and facts. So it's like this warrior, or should I say this knight, is getting rest. Maybe things ain't work out in the past with the Three of Swords. Things didn't go in their favor on any scale because it's a general. And now before they leave with the next idea or enlightenment or communication, they need to get that rest first. So he's not even touching that sword. All right. His hand is close to it, but he ain't holding it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like needing to get that rest so you can gain clarity, so you can get details. Or like I said, divine energy is just what your higher power is literally just wanting you to rest before you make your next move. I say that because underneath that you got the major arcana of the Hanging Man. The Hanging Man is somebody who sees things from a different perspective. Okay? The number at the top of this is 12, reduced down to a 3. So before you start manifesting or creating or expecting something, or that divine communication coming in, like I said, 3s can represent a lot of things for me. The divine communication from your higher power is telling you to wait because you need to see things from a different perspective. This is in the past tense energy as well, so you probably already been through it, the waiting period. And so the energy with the eclipse is probably now something you could do practical, with it being in a Capricorn state. Capricorn is an earth energy, so they're more grounded, more practical, bring forth tangible things. You get what I'm saying? But this card is telling me that you see things from a different perspective. All right? Or needing to wait until you see things from a different perspective. How they say, a bird's eye view. And most of the time, that Queen of Swords energy is somebody who is bringing you things from a different light. Maybe you don't see it from a different perspective. Okay? Maybe they can shine light on it because they pay attention to details and facts. Maybe you need to be, how they say, on the outside looking in, so they can give you a different point of view. I got the King of Swords, though, next to the Four of Swords. And this is somebody who is, like I said, they could be nostalgic. But I see Saturn in the back, so I feel like if this was, because it turned out in a position, it flew across the table, this can be somebody with this purple and blue. Somebody who's strong, courageous, nostalgic, paying attention to the details as well. But they're usually firm in their decision making, right? You see that sword is down? They don't put their feelings on the front burner, so they don't really, how they say, they won't put yours. I don't say they don't care, but they won't be trying to put yours at the forefront either, because they're going to pay attention to facts and details. They don't really care about emotions. Like, that's not a priority. Okay? So this is like, for example, say you got a family member or somebody that's toxic. You're not really holding on to the attachment that you're, related to them, or that energy that's passed down from generation to generation, family over everything, and y'all family, and toxic is toxic. This is somebody who's paying attention to details. Yeah, that's family, but they stole this. Yeah, that's family, but they did this to me. This is somebody who pays attention to details, and when they make a decision, they usually firm and set in their ways about it, right? But in a shadow energy, because every sign has a shadow energy. This, like I said, can represent an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is somebody who kind of want vengeance or play mind games or manipulation. That's why I said that toxicity. So this can be you getting rid of this person, or you be holding that energy as to paying attention to the facts and details. And it don't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It can be based literally on yourself. I don't do readings on other people. This can be you paying attention to the details. Oh, I might have messed up here, so I need to pay attention, facts to details, doing what I need to do. Maybe I need the help. Maybe I should do it this way, that way. But this is Saturn. So it's like karmic. It's things that you already experienced and you need to learn a lesson from. I got the Ten of Cups underneath that. And for me, the Ten of Cups is how to say, emotional completion, like things that you desire, wanting that happiness. And sometimes it's a tug of war. When I see the King of Swords, I feel like we're going to get it, because this is somebody who pays attention to facts and details. Sometimes you see these cups. Sometimes you pay attention to the emotions. So we might be attached to the people, and having those expectations for them to bring it in to the people versus just holding the expectations so that we can get that fulfillment. Okay, so sometimes the people that we are attached to, that we be holding on to, can't bring us the fulfillment we need, or doesn't give us peace or satisfaction, yet we hold on to them hoping that one day they will change, when the change have to be into you so you can get your fulfillment. So this is emotional fulfillment. You see the rainbow in the sky. This is a joy that you can share, that you don't mind sharing. But if you have the wrong people in your atmosphere or in the mix, you usually don't have that. So it brings misery. And with this Capricorn eclipse, it's a full moon. It's of releasing. Sometimes you got to release certain things, people, places, and things that's not for our highest good, as I should say. But seeing the Ten of Cups makes me happy because it means that you can get it, but the choice will be yours. Everybody has free will. If you decide to hold on to things that doesn't bring you peace, health, wealth, and prosperity, and just hold an expectation towards the people because of what somebody taught you, like I said, from long-term, traditions and beliefs and values, family over everything, but that's family, that's family, then guess what? You'll, how they say, reap what you sow. Because this is Saturn in the background with this King of Swords. So there's lessons to be learned. If you want your wish fulfillment, all around completion, then some things we have to let go. I'm not talking about your expectations. You detach from the outcome. You detach from the people and wanting them to bring you your happiness. You just hold the expectations and let whatever comes in to fulfill it, do so. And most of the time your intuition tell you so. I got the Wheel of Fortune. This is major arcana. This is like the future outcome for me. This tells me with a 10 at the top, because you got the 10 of cups, you got two 10s. Okay? With the 2 10s, that means is completions, endings, and beginnings, right? There's a cycle of things. So this tells me that, I just say, fated things are happening that are out of our control. We have no control. And 90% of it is, we have free will to react or respond. But most of the times, the things that happen to us, like, for example, we lose a job. You can mope and do all that, but you can't ask them to give you your job back, right? They more than likely won't do it. So it's like, what do you do next? Do you move forward? Or do you stay in your feelings about it and be pessimistic? So I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune and it being major arcana, it's fated things that happen that are out of our control, right? How they say things turn in our favor, but only if you see it working in your favor. If you feel like you are the victim in some circumstance, then you probably won't see, a positive outcome. You probably won't see. You won't have the optimism. You won't have the faith. So it's like trying to catch the bus, but if you miss it, damn. Will you wait for the next one, or are you gonna, how they say, respond versus react to life events and life changes? And then I don't know, like I think I pulled this card yesterday. I'm not sure if that's Jupiter or a moon in the background. But a lot of planets are in retrograde, and so things that needing to get rest is real out here. Like, it's real. You need to get some rest because you're in a cycle where things are ending and wrapping up and new things are beginning, and sometimes we can't see. We like Ray Charles to the shit. We can't see what the outcome is going to be at the end. So we get fear. Our ego protects us. We fear that something different or new will be detrimental, especially if you're coming out of something bad or something bad happened, right? So I feel like with the sun being in the center, focus on yourself and don't think that things are just happening to you. Especially if somebody transitions, most of the time their death has nothing to do with you. We all have our own journeys and experiences to go through. We didn't come here together, and we here to learn different lessons. So sometimes we just have an attachment to people, places, and things where we feel like if it's taken away from us, it's affecting us, like me, my. When it has absolutely nothing to do with you, and you need to focus on the details, logics, and information, and what did you learn through the experience versus holding on to the emotions of it, right? I don't want this to go too long. I'm a kind of keep it cute because it's a general. But the last card, which is also major arcana, is the Lovers. And I say you can either stay in your feelings about it and make it seem like life is just happening to you, or you can see what you learn from the experience and move forward, knowing that it will be a better outcome, especially with that 10 of Cups being there. I feel like next, underneath that, you have, like I said, the Lovers is a card of decision. Okay? A decision that gives you a firm foundation. Like I say, like you're firmly planted, you're grounded, so that you can make new decisions. Sometimes it can be in love, but this is a general, so it could be in love, health, prosperity, gaining wealth, starting new business endeavors. It could be anything with this eclipse being in Capricorn, because Capricorn is like the big boss. It's like that, the big boss, the one who owns the company that you never fucking see. Not the supervisors or the manager. This is the one who owns the shit. You get what I'm saying? But you never see them. So it's like everybody needing to hone in on the Capricorn, because it's not just based towards Capricorns. It's your practicality, your strength, you being the boss of you making decisions for you. Nobody will discipline you at a certain age. You're no longer a child. You have to make your own decisions and have to live with those decisions, right? So nobody is there to discipline you when you overeat or overindulge in substances. Nobody is there to tell you that you're doing this wrong or doing that wrong, or maybe you shouldn't stay at this job because it's not giving you a raise or promotion, or maybe you shouldn't stay in this relationship with this person because you've known them since childhood. When something is not healthy, it's not healthy. So again, this card of the Lovers is based firmly on decisions. You have choices. And the universe give you free will choice, but you have to live with the decision that you make. Okay? So that's what I got from the reading. Not really needing to clarify on the general. And I'm going to see what advice Spirit wants to give you guys. You got to make those decisions and stay firmly planted in them. Because with seeing this King of Swords is letting me know that you need to pay attention to facts and details. Not based to your emotions. You know? I like ice cream. I know this is a random fact, but it's like an example. I love ice cream, but if I eat it every day, I'm going to blow the fuck up. Okay? I already been Chucky for like most of my life, and I've been comfortable with it, but at the end of the day, what about your arteries on the inside? You can be happy, chunky, but honestly, your health is not because you're big or small. Unhealthy, you can be malnourished, you can be skinny, you can be big and malnourished, and not healthy. You get what I'm saying? So it's not your size, but it's knowing what serves you and what doesn't. Have everything in moderation. I don't give a fuck if you drink. Have it in moderation. If you do it every day or every fucking weekend, guess what? Your liver is going to take the hit. When it's supposed to be doing other things and flushing out your body and helping with the toxins or whatever it's supposed to do, all your organs have a purpose. Imagine drinking something that actually poisons you and your liver has to fight to get you back to normal. That's the intoxication when you do alcohol. And that's just one substance. We're not going to touch on the other ones like cocaine and things of that nature, because they constrict the veins too. And then we go to the hospital and say, oh, my chest hurt or this hurt. And then we acting like we don't know what the fuck is going on. We got to take accountability for the choices we make, because nobody is going to discipline us once you get a certain age. You just have to live with the consequences of things. So again, I'm not here to be your mom. I'm here to just let you know it's truth. I ain't here for the sugarcoat and none of that. I don't do that. We need to make better choices, especially for ourselves. Okay? Let's see what advice we have for the collective. We got gracefully aging. I'm with that. Accepting who you are. Not trying to keep up with the Joneses. Not trying to worry about what other people will think or how they're going to feel about your choices. Not reacting to everything, because everything don't deserve your attention. Just focus on you, right? I think that's the only card they really want to give us. Oh, it gave us two. We lucky. Alright. Oh, adult children. I felt like that was going to come out. And then we got gracefully aging, right? Let me read that for y'all. Gracefully aging came out first, so I'm going to read that. I'll be damn. One page. Here we go. We got gracefully aging. It's a beautiful card, right? You see those colors? That pink is representing rose quartz for me. It's self-love, knowing your standards, knowing your boundaries and limitations. If you know you got a quick temper and you don't want nobody around you that's gonna talk shit, then how about you don't surround yourself with people that will, how they say, try to egg you on, trying to be the puppet master and pull strings or try to get something out of you. That yellow, and it's like almost an ambery color, having the strength to focus on yourself and not and detach from other people's outcomes and what they're going through, because that has nothing to do with you unless it's your children, right? Even though it's family, you still need to focus on you. So let me read that card. You receive this card because heaven sees your inner and outer beauty and wants you to appreciate the divine magnificence too. This means that you allow yourself to see the beauty of growing older represents. The more you hold positive thoughts and feelings about aging, the more you glow with inner peace and sage wisdom. So how they say, you know better, you do better. You learn from your mistakes. You learn through your experiences, through your trials and tribulations. Your maturity signifies that you will be seen as an elder, and others will look to you for answers. This is an honor, which is one of the reasons why this card is guiding you to age gracefully, meaning that you embrace your hard-won years of learning, okay? Although you may feel much younger in your chronological years, gracefully aging means that you're comfortable with yourself in every single way. Like me, I'm comfortable with myself. I'm not going to keep up with the Joneses. I ain't wearing no makeup, lace fronts, and all that. Is it a wedding? Am I performing? Like, what is it? I'm not going to appease. How to say, I accept who I am. I know my standards, my limitations, and I'm okay with that, even if somebody else isn't, right? But additional meanings just mean caring for your aging parents or elders, learning from an elder, a change in your beauty care routines, and preparing for retirement. And sometimes retirement, for people who are of retirement age, that's for you. But sometimes when we younger, retirement just means retiring from the job that you're doing to start something new. The cycles, remember? The cycles, the will, just turning, fate, things that we have out of our control. We can respond to it or we can react to it, right? What do you learn from it? What do you do next? How they say, my mama, my Gemini Gem, always tell me, after you cry, stump your feet or do whatever, what's next? What do you do next? Okay? And the last card I got was adult children. That blue is communication for me. Some things come to you in your dreams. It reminds me of blue obsidian, electric blue, excuse me. It can come to you in your dreams. It can come to you just verbally speaking your truth. That red is your power. Your power, your drive, your passion will get you going, your energy, right? But stand in your power. This card comes to you because of the changes involving your children who are now grown. Usually it signals that an adult child, has moved away from home or is getting married or is off to college or with other family members, regardless of the fact or the circumstances. This change is eliciting feelings of grief as the parenting part of your life is changing. You drew this card because there's a void that needs to be filled with meaningful projects or activities. In some cases, this card means that you were once the child who is now grown, and perhaps you need you and your family to see you as an adult. They might still see you as a child or adolescent, and it's up to you to stand in your power and communicate and show them that you're now that adult, that what they taught you you're putting to use, that you're now implementing it towards your life, right? Additional meanings could be seeking counseling for adult children of alcoholic issues. So sometimes you're the child of a parent who has, substance abuse, and as a child you couldn't talk about it or deal with it or had nobody to talk to, and sometimes you can. And we don't pay attention. How they say, children are seen, not heard. So we don't pay attention to children. We just pay attention to what they need at the moment: food, clothes, shelter. No, they have feelings too, and they go through certain trials and tribulations. The difference is you old enough to explain yourself and express it. They're not. Sometimes they act out through behavior, schooling, and things like that. So sometimes it's a cry for help. We need to pay attention to that too as well. Other additional meanings: a child who acts mature beyond their years. So how they say nurture that. If you see your child as a little genius or they do something that's different outside the box and you like, well, nurture that. Grow it. Grow it. Pay attention. Give them more, how to say, give them positive accolades. Put them in programs that'll expand that. And also another meaning is planning for your child's future. So some of us, we got to do more. How they say, it's a lot of rich people right now, famous people that only plan for what they want to do now, buying Lexus and Rolexes and cars and things that have no, how they say, of assets. They don't give back to you. They depreciate in value, and we don't pay attention. We of a certain age where we pay attention to generational wealth, right? We want to have it for a long time. How they say, old big face bills, big face hundreds. You know, you ever see, if you really pay attention to rich people, they don't buy labels and things of that nature. They might be wearing khakis and a regular little button-up polo shirt playing golf. You never know. But they don't pay attention to that shit. They fuck around wearing some Skippies or some Bobos. They don't care. Only people who need to keep up with the Joneses pay attention to labels and things like that. And I always say, if you can't buy it twice, don't buy it the first time, right? Anyway, enough about what I would say and do. I hope this message helps somebody or a couple somebodies. I want y'all to enjoy the eclipse and the full moon factor. And if new things are happening into your life, y'all know I'm nosy. Y'all know I'm nosy, right? Go ahead and comment below. Let me know. Or tune in next time to see what messages I have for you guys. Stay blessed.